This is the most misunderstood camera out on the market. And if you picked up one of these cameras after watching a YouTube review thinking that it's perfect and easy to use, then you're probably going to be a little disappointed, just like I was after using it the first few times. One of the biggest misconceptions is that this camera is going to make your footage more cinematic. Because of the compact size of the camera, the sensor is not as big as the ones you'll find in the mirrorless DSLR. Hence, you won't be getting the same background blur and shallow depth of field as you would in a larger camera. In comparison with the other compact cameras, I would say you would get more than any other action camera, but it won't be mistaken for a mirrorless or even some phones. Another misconception is that this is the best vlogging camera. This is definitely subjective. Having the gimbal attached to a camera requires one to adjust the way they walk. Even though the gimbal was designed to increase stability, it requires the operator to walk in a manner to help limit bounce. Also, unlike an action cam or a phone, where you think you're pointing may not necessarily be where your camera lens is facing. If you never used a gimbal before, it may take some time getting used to it. It's also not water or drop proof, so be careful when you use it. Another thing that I keep hearing is that at least it's better than your phone camera. Now, this is definitely not true because most flagship phones out on the market right now have equal, if not better, video quality than the Pocket 3. For me, I use my phone for so many things, so using it as my main camera is a non-starter. I like to keep my phone and my camera separate, but not because of the video quality. The last thing I want to do when I travel is to lose or damage my phone or have the battery drain on me before the end of the day. So what do I think of the Pocket 3? In my opinion, it's a jack of all trades but a master of none. But because it's a jack of all trades in such a compact size, that's the appeal to me. I've owned this camera for about a year and a half and it's probably my most used camera for video. I love this camera because it allows me to record within seconds after I pull it out of my pocket or bag. It shoots up to 120 FPS in 4K, records in 10-bit log, is very good in low light, and can connect up to 2 wireless mics to it without wires or an external receiver. There are a lot of accessories available for the Pocket 3, but the ones that are always with me are the DJI Mic Mini or the Mic 2, the extension piece that came with the Creator Combo so that I have the 1/4-inch thread to attach the tripod leg to. I also have this gimbal cover by Sunny Life on it all the time because it does a much better job at giving me peace of mind that the lens is not being knocked around while it's in my bag or pocket. The case that the Pocket 3 came with does not do a great job at protecting the lens. So one thing I don't use on this camera are ND filters because I find that it takes me too long to put them on and take them off. And it takes me away from the real reason why I got this camera in the first place, and that is to capture the shot and being in the moment. Getting perfect motion blur is not as important to me when I use this camera. Well, one thing I do want to mention is that if this is your first video camera that requires you to transfer your footage onto a computer, make sure your computer is fast enough to handle the files that are coming from this 4K camera. The last thing you want to do is to get this camera, shoot some good footage, only to find out that your computer is too slow and can't handle the files. Hopefully this video helped address some of the misconceptions of this camera, because if you use it properly, you're gonna love it just as much as I do. And if you found any value from this video, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.